Hi, I'm Charles Webb, inviting you to join me on Monday nights at 8 for Season 2 of Inside Bermuda Homes, a program showing how Bermuda lives. That's Monday nights at 8 o'clock on ZBM TV 9 for Inside Bermuda Homes.
Bermuda Broadcasting streams the news live on Facebook. Go to Facebook and look up ZBM News 9 and press the like button. You'll get notifications just before the news starts each night. And all of our newscasts are stored there so you can watch them 24/7 at your convenience. Bermuda Broadcasting wants to make it easy for you to stay up to date with your local news. So please sign up to watch us on Facebook Live 24/7 for up-to-date news from Bermuda Broadcasting.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV 9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Monday, November 20th, 2017. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us tonight. Opposition MP Jean Atherton has won the leadership contest in her One Bermuda Alliance. Mrs. Atherton succeeds OBA interim leader Patricia Gordon-Pamplin. The vote took place Saturday night at Vasco da Gama on Reed Street. Winning 90 votes worth 37%, Mrs. Atherton fended off challenges from Mrs. Gordon-Pamplin, who won 82 votes or 34%, and from former leader Craig Cannonier, who garnered 69 votes or 28%. In total, 241 votes for the leadership post were cast. Meanwhile, opposition MP Leah Scott was installed as the party's deputy leader by acclamation, as she was unopposed. Opposition Senator Nick Kemp won in his bid for the party's post of chairman with 73% versus challenger Simone Barton. By acclamation, OBA Senator Nandy Outerbridge and Justin Mathias were installed as deputy chairs. In other news, Premier David Burt has launched a committee that will specifically focus on the island's aging population. The new body is called the Aging Well Committee and will be headed by MP and Deputy Speaker Derek Burgess. The committee will operate under the guidance of the Cabinet Office to focus on seniors and aging. The focus on seniors is in keeping with the PLP's election pledge. Mr. Burt pledging his party will continue to ensure that seniors are able to live in dignity.
Living with dignity should not depend on how much money a senior has at his or her disposal. As a country, we have a moral and social responsibility to care for our seniors and ensure they have access to affordable health care, a decent place to live, and services that support them as they age. Seniors are an important segment of our community. It is not enough to say it, but we must demonstrate it by implementing and crafting policies and legislation that will care for those Bermudians who are currently 65 years and older and prepare for those who turn 65 in the current days, months, and years ahead.
And the Premier explained why he decided to appoint Mr. Burgess as chair of this committee.
The critical element he brings to the position is that he is passionate about the issues facing our seniors and has the drive and focus to make a difference in this area. He publicly advocates for our seniors and the issues that they face. He will serve as this government's voice and conscience on issues impacting our seniors. In addition to these qualities, Cousin Derek is also himself a senior. Members of the Aging Well Committee will include individuals from the following ministries, departments, and organizations, some who are here today: Aging and Disability Services, Health Insurance Department, Ministry of Finance dealing with pensions, the Department of Financial Assistance, the Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of National Security, the long-term care consultants in the Ministry of Health, seniors organizations, community-based service provider, and gerontologists.
A government report revealed that residents 65 years old and older will increase from 8,716 in 2010 to 12,063 in 2020, a 38% increase. Residents of Bermuda are living longer, and as in most countries, our health declines as we age.
In other news this evening, performing live donor kidney transplantation on the island at this time is too risky. This according to CEO of the Bermuda Health Council, Tawana Wedderburn, in response to a proposal to allow patients access to the specialist surgery. Jasmine Patterson has the details.
An assessment carried out by the Bermuda Health Council has determined it will not support proposed on-island live donor kidney transplantation given the risks to patient safety and high costs. Before drawing this conclusion, the Health Council says it consulted with a local nephrologist. That doctor claims that, quote, Bermuda has formed strong alliances with transplant centers in the U.S. and have been able to provide transplants to patients for the last 40 years. The physician adds the tertiary care required by patients in the perioperative and very early stages of kidney transplant are better served at a transplant center specialized to provide that service, unquote. Meanwhile, Tawana Wedderburn, CEO of the council, stated for the 165 patients receiving dialysis treatment and 971 patients with chronic kidney disease, we can never compromise on delivering safe, quality, cost-effective care. Doing live donor kidney transplantation on the island at this time is too risky. She adds the Health Council will continue to support kidney transplantation. This is why on June 1st this year, they facilitated an increase in insurance coverage for kidney transplants from $30,000 to $100,000, adding that anti-rejection drugs associated with the transplant are fully covered. In the meantime, she states more effort should be placed on preventing chronic kidney disease and ensuring better coordination when transplants are appropriate. As nephrologists have stated, kidney transplantation is the optimal therapy for patients with kidney failure. In a statement, the Health Council says they support any efforts to enable Bermuda's residents with chronic kidney disease to live healthy, productive lives as long as local nephrologists are directly involved. Trained health professionals are on island, and Bermuda's health system infrastructure can support safe, cost-effective transplantation. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
When you shop online, the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to bring your packages into Bermuda is with U.S. Express at mailboxes.
I use them because I have a water sports business, and it's just now and then when I need to get a few things from, off of whatever company, Amazon or something. It's just such an easy connection with mailboxes.
The staff are fantastic. They call just to let me know that the package has arrived and I can come pick it up, and they're really good here.
Sign up for a U.S. Express account at www.mailboxesunlimited.com today.
If you're looking for extra savings and free benefits
with car insurance
and home insurance,
Colonial has just the cover you need.
There's a free $250 gift voucher for new home insurance customers too, and 10% car insurance discount if you have home insurance.
With a claim service that's quick and friendly.
We call it Cover Without Added Costs.
Call for a quote on 296-3700 or visit cgigroup.com.
Colonial, where people come first.
Island Soul, where fashion meets comfort. Island Soul provides fashionable footwear hand-selected by our podiatrist that offers premium comfort. Located at 60 Victoria Street, Hamilton, Island Soul contains a friendly trained staff prepared to assist you with our vast selection of footwear, both male and female, with all sizes and widths available. Compression and travel socks, amongst other accessories, are also available in addition to a shoe modification and repair service, making Island Soul a one-stop shop for all your footwear needs.
Welcome back. Levita Fogo, the Minister for Government Reform, announced the signing of a new 3-year collective bargaining agreement between the government and the Bermuda Public Services Union. As it relates to this new CBA, Minister Fogo notes that the government's offer of a 2.5% pay increase retroactive until the 1st of April 2017 2017 has been accepted. The public will be aware that since July 2017, the new government had committed to concluding negotiations with public sector unions to ensure healthy partnerships for the delivery of critical services to the community. The minister acknowledging the hard work of the public sector negotiation team comprising of Gary Phillips, Martin Law, and John Harvey. In other news, government is still trying to figure out a way to bring about a resolution in the long-running Hamilton waterfront legal battle. It was developer Michael McLean, whose Allied Development Partners company, that was awarded the rights to the waterfront under the previous Corporation of Hamilton, which provided an $18 million loan guarantee for the proposals, which went belly up. Months after the court ruling that the corporation had no right to make such an undertaking and failed attempts by the developer to seek compensation, the new government is trying to find a solution. Home Affairs Minister Walton Brown Jr. discussed the issue recently in the House of Assembly.
Well, the issue is one that speaks in the first instance to the bad decisions made by the previous government, whereby they gave an undertaking to ensure that any funds guaranteed will be absolutely and securely managed so that the public interest will not be detrimentally affected. That did take place, and we're trying to fix it. The waterfront lease was voided. We opposed it in Parliament at that time. That $18 million disappeared into luxury items. It was a complete and colossal waste of funds. It was used to purchase 2 homes in the UK, an Aston Martin, and an engagement ring for the person who received the funds. So we're trying to find a way to resolve this matter in a way that addresses the legitimate concerns of someone who had a contract voided, along with maintaining proper and judicious control of the public purse.
Opposition MP Patricia Gordon Pamplin responding to the minister's statement on the waterfront, however, not pleased with his comments, telling us she felt it lacked substance and did not sufficiently address a claim that Mr. Brown at some point prior personally offered to bring a solution.
It was very concerning to me to hear that the minister has indicated, notwithstanding public information that says that there was some involvement, to say that there was no involvement whatever. I think that when somebody has been subjected to that level of misinformation, if that's what he's saying it is, then they, at the very least, I believe he ought to have stood and made either a personal explanation. He basically has said this morning that neither as minister nor as a member of Parliament has he ever intervened in attempting to broker a resolution on the situation with respect to the individuals involved, Mr. McLean and the former government. I think that it would have been inappropriate had he done so.
Turning to weather news, good tank rain today and a partly cloudy Tuesday. Here's the latest from AccuWeather headquarters.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast on ZBM is brought to you by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, and we have a front on the map. It's moving east. And as we find Bermuda on the map, here we are. This front has been making some noise across the area over the past day or so, but it'll be moving farther east, and we welcome the return of some quieter weather. Here's the visible satellite loop. You can see those clouds have been pretty numerous across the area today, tied to the front. And the satellite rainfall estimate has been showing some showers nearby. It's been wet for some of us as the front has pushed on through. And right now, we're cool. We're only around 69 degrees. Humidity is around 65%. A light breeze, maybe I should call it an active breeze at 10 to 15 knots, is blowing from the northwest, and water temp still unchanged since Friday at 75. On the inside, we have 2 to 3 footers. On the outside, 5 to 10 footers. Big waves tonight and into the day tomorrow, following our front. But we look good. We'll say goodbye to the clouds, goodbye to the rain. We're clear tonight, down to 64 degrees. And tomorrow, beautiful day out there, 73. It looks like a great one. You may notice some extra travelers from the United States this week as we're approaching the American Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday, so it's an extended weekend coming up, and therefore there may be a few extra travelers, and it's nice to get this great weather in the area. Coming down from a high tide back at 3:48, high tide, or from a low tide at 3:48, so we're coming back up, I should say, to high tide at 9:38 tonight, and then another low tide early in the morning before sunrise. Traveling to the west, we're going to encounter some chilly weather with a few showers into Toronto. New York bouncing back. In fact, it's going to be a lot warmer on Tuesday than it was on Monday. About 10, 12, 14 degrees warmer in New York and Boston. Atlanta, 62. Looks good. A couple of showers are lingering in Miami. On London to the east, we have some clouds. Across the Caribbean, showers and storms are still out there into Jamaica and Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago. But the good news here is that we don't have any tropical development, and we don't have anything like what we had last year on Thanksgiving week in the U.S. In Central America, there was a significant storm that made landfall and caused problems in Central America. Not the case this year. We look quiet from a tropical storm or hurricane standpoint. So here we are. We're looking great Tuesday. Hope you get to enjoy that. 73. Showers will return pretty quickly on Wednesday as a surge of moisture creeps up from the south and west. Into Thursday, scattered showers, 78. A little cooler into Friday, and then we get back into the weather again on Saturday. So it's very much a back and forth forecast here, but it is fairly comfortable. If you want some good music or some good information, news, weather, that kind of thing, Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105 are good options for you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
Fall into savings all month long. Check out the great deals throughout our website. We have everything to create the living room of your dreams. Browse through our site to see the large selection in all price ranges. Entertain guests with the perfect dining set. We have something for all tastes and styles. Imagine falling asleep in your new bedroom. We have just what you're looking for. Don't wait. Call or stop in today and fall into savings all month long.
Visit Bermuda's #1 furniture store today. Big Savings Zone, Southside St. David's.
Fresh Breath Dental is more than a dental office. It's a community dental office with wheelchair access, scholarship opportunities, community day free extractions, plus savings opportunities with $25 off through BIU and BPSU and referral award, and an $80 teeth cleaning as part of our transitional program. Because we believe when the community benefits, we all benefit, as a healthy mouth is a healthier you. So don't delay. Call 433-6825 or email info@fbdl.bm to schedule your appointment today at Fresh Breath Dental in the Cedar Park Center, Hamilton.
Looking for a challenge, new adventures, forge lifelong friendships, and earn an extra $5,000 to $6,000 a year?
Good stuff.
Be a part of a proud and honorable legacy of service. The Royal Bermuda Regiment is seeking volunteers.
Let's go, guys!
Call us at 238-1045 or visit bermudaregiment.bm. The Royal Bermuda Regiment, your regiment.
Bermuda's tiny landmass makes the battle between development and conservation a fraught one. One of the most successful champions of the island's environment is the Bermuda Environmental Sustainability Task Force. This year it celebrates its 10th anniversary, and to mark that milestone, Hal Davis spoke to the organization's president, Stuart Hayward.
Well, Bermuda in the 40s was very different. There were places you could just run until you fell over from, just the joy of running. I see best as providing, securing open space for those families that can't buy their open space.
Stuart Hayward, arguably the island's best-known environmentalist, describing his childhood and a key motivation for the existence of BEST. It's been 10 years since it was founded, prompted by a 2006 campaign to prevent the building of a new hospital in the Botanical Gardens. In those 10 years, the NGO has perhaps become the most effective lobbyist for the island's environment. Among a series of successes, the campaign to prevent a bar being built on Warwick Long Bay, stopping industrial development on Cross Island, and preventing the Southlands estate in Warwick from becoming a hotel. It's now a public park instead.
The reason I think we were successful is that we were innovative. That was something that I pushed, that we tried different ways of bringing attention to it, to the issue. And we involved ordinary people who were looking for a way to flex their muscles. And we were relentless. We were dogged.
But perhaps even more importantly, BEST has helped raise public awareness about the importance of the environment. That in turn has forced politicians, among others, to pay more attention to these concerns.
We were able to move public opinion, and through public opinion move decision makers' opinions. And we went to court 4 times and won 4 cases, and that's really an astounding feat.
That's not to say there haven't been failures. BEST campaigned against the Grand Atlantic development, but even here, many of BEST's warnings about the viability of the project have been proved right. But perhaps a greater challenge, according to one journalist who has written extensively on environmental matters, is what BEST will do when Mr. Hayward, already 75 years old, retires.
He has been such a major figure for, I think, 40 years at least. So I foresee a void. I mean, there are people, who are environmentalists, but I don't see anyone who has the name recognition that he does.
For now, the campaigning continues. The latest event, a walk around a proposed route for quad bikes on the supposedly protected railway trail in the West End. So after 10 years at BEST, how does Stuart see the future for Bermuda's environment?
I don't expect that we'll go back, we'll see a Bermuda again like my childhood, but I'd like for future children to have some place to play, some trees to climb, some experience of the Bermuda that us older folks once knew.
Now here's Earl Baisden with tonight's sports report.
Bermuda's Philadelphia avoided a heart-stopping finish with a wire-to-wire $60,000 Island House Triathlon victory in a time of 2 hours, 17 minutes and 39 seconds, which gave her a 1 minute and 14-second margin over runner-up Katie Zafiris of the USA. Finishing in third was Holly Lawrence of Great Britain, another 3 minutes and 16 seconds back. James Stout retained his world title, winning 5-0 after the second leg of the World Rackets Singles Challenge against Tom Billings. Stout came into the game leading 4-0 after last weekend's play in New York. They took to the Queen's Club in London, where Stout would win 15-10 to claim the title. Turning to football, the Flanagan's Onions and Crossroads shared the spoils in a 8-goal thriller. Paul Simons would score all 4 goals for Crossroads at the BAA field as they led 4 times, only to have Flanagan's Onions equalize each and every time. Keston Lewis, Pete Robbie, an own goal and an Omar Wilson goal in the final minute earned the team a point. In other Premier Division action, it was PHC Zebras 7, Boulevard Blazers 0, Somerset Trojans 3, Devonshire Cougars 2, Dandytown Hornets 3, Young Men's Social Club 1, and on Saturday night at the BAA field, it was Robin Hood 2, North Village Rams 5. Over in the First Division, in the top of the table clash between BAA and St. David's at the BAA field, BAA would win 5-1. Mariko Iris would lead the way with a hat-trick, while Willie Clemens and Michael Hartman added a goal each. Dimitri Butterfield scored the lone goal for St. David's. In other First Division action, it was St. George's Colts 0, Southampton Rangers 1, Paget Lions 4, Devonshire Colts 0. And on Saturday at the White Hill Field, it was Somerset Eagles 3, Wolves 0. Work Academy students moved their medal count to 10 at the conclusion of the 27th Annual Speedo Winter Swimming Championships in Florida. Logan Watson-Brown won a silver medal during the 13-14 girls 200-yard freestyle when she touched the water in a time of 1:54.74. Jesse Washington won a silver medal after clocking a time of 1:38.77 during the men's 200-yard freestyle. Watson-Brown won her second silver medal of the day when she finished second, competing in the 13-14 women's 100 100-yard backstroke, clocking 1:00:53. It was only one medal won on the final day, and that came when Watson Brown won the 13-14 women's 50-yard freestyle, touching the wall in a time of 24:42. Vanessa James and her partner Morgan Cypress finished the ISU Grand Prix International Skating event in France with a silver medal. The French pair finished with 214.32 points, with Russian pair Evgenia Tarasova and Vladimir Moros finishing first with a score of 218.20 points. James and Cypress finished the short program in second place with a score of 73.18. They would win the free skating program, recording a score of 140.36. However, it wasn't enough to overtake the Russians. Yvonne Norday and Gail Lindsay are the 2017 Bacardi AK Road Race male and female champions. Norday crossed the line in a time of 28:51, with Tim Price second in 28:57, and Tucker Murphy, Bermuda Winter Olympic hopeful, finished third in a time of 29:58. Lindsay was the 16th runner to cross the line. She was clocked at 33:30. Martina Olszewski-Bał was the second female finisher and 19th overall, stopping the clock in a time of 33:57, and Christine Daly was the third female finisher and 22nd overall, clocking 34:09. On Saturday, the Bermuda National Athletic Association's cross-country season resumed at Asford Park. Ryan Otterbridge won the under-17 boys 3-mile race, clocking a time of 16:26. Nairobi Smith Mills finished second in 17:50, and clocking a time of 18 minutes flat saw Alex Southern finish third. The under-17 girls 3-mile race was won by Koa Goodchild, who clocked a time of 22:15. Brianna Moore finished second in 22:40, and Kayaja Simmons finished third in a time of 23:44. Ray Rollins and his Sydney Cricket Club teammates were back in action, playing in the Premier Cricket First Grade League in Australia. Sydney would conclude taking on St. George Cricket Club. In reply to the St. George's Cricket Club first innings, Rollins and his teammates would score 286 for 9 to win by 1 wicket. Rollins was out without scoring, but Sydney Cricket Club were led to victory by Nicholas Bills, who scored 82 not out, and Justin Flash added 73. Sarah and Patrick Nisbet concluded competing in the CSI 2, CSI 1, the Pelgenberg Winter International Horse Jumping event in the Netherlands. Nisbet and Jawai D. Jensbach Z finished 21st, competing in the 1.30 meter CSI 1 accumulator on time class. The player clocked a time of 49.78. And they accumulated 56 points. During the 1.35 meter CSI 2 accumulated on time class, Nisbet and Balaz finished 10th. They clocked a time of 53.60 and accumulated 65 points. Tessera and Chakova finished 50th. They clocked a time of 49.65. They also accumulated 25 points. Nisbet and Da Vinci finished 33rd with a time of 72.52, but they had 4 penalty points, competing in the 1.35 meter CSI Table A with a jump-off class. Tessera and Amaru finished 4th, competing in the 1.30 meter CSI 1 Grand Prix Table A with a jump-off class. They recorded a clear round time of 62.04 before clocking a clear round jump-off time of 28.78.
I initially formulated a relationship with Friesenbrook Meyer back in the year 2000 when I acquired home insurance. And I was very intrigued and impressed, actually, by the high level of customer service. Every person that I've dealt with and communicated with definitely know the products and services.
Friesenbrook Meyer, covering possibilities.
Christmas in Bermuda is a special time for most of us. Unfortunately, for some families in Bermuda, there is no warm Christmas. This year, many families will be in need. It's the 29th anniversary of the Lions Clubs of Bermuda and the Marketplace helping share the Christmas spirit, so let's help take care of each other. Shop at any Marketplace, shopping center, Modern Mart, or A1 stores and purchase extra tins and non-perishable items. Once you have purchased these items, place your food donations into Santa's bin located at the front of the store. The Lions Clubs will collect your food contributions and assemble them into hampers to be delivered to the families in need around the island. Christmas comes once a year. Help make it a special time for every family in Bermuda. Sponsored in part by the Bermuda Broadcasting Company and the Royal Gazette.
Hi, I'm Charles Webb, inviting you to join me on Monday nights at 8 for Season 2 of Inside Bermuda Homes, a program showing how Bermuda lives. That's Monday nights at 8 o'clock on ZBM TV 9 for Inside Bermuda Homes.
Okay, everyone, please listen up. Before we leave you, we want to try and lend some assistance to the owner of a 17-year-old lost dog last seen in the Paget area on Thursday, November 16th. This beautiful little dog answers to the name Mitch and is missing from Pomander Road in Paget near the Aberfeldy Nursery. His distraught owner, Andrea Kasling, says she's desperate for any help you might be able to provide. Sadly, Mitch is blind and deaf and really needs the community's help. If you happen to come across little Mitch, a light-colored male Shih Tzu, you're urged to dial 534-7727. Once again, that number to call is 534-7727. Please help bring Mitch home. And that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.